I really hate when websites do this, but let's talk about it. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Nick, and Rolling Stone just released one of the new articles for the year with the top 250 greatest albums of the 21st century. Now, the reason why I hate lists like this because all of this stuff, as usual, is engagement farming. It's no real correct way to make this list. Nobody is going to have a perfect list. This is all just for engagement. This is just for people to have a conversation. But as usual, with all these publications, they're really good at pissing people off. At least from what I read, I didn't see an exact formula for how they came up with this. I don't know if they had some sort of voting system, because at the bottom of the article, it said that a bunch of people contributed to this. So I don't know how they came to this decision, but it was a lot of stuff on this list that I don't agree with. It's not that I'm mad that they're on the list. I just don't agree with the order, which again, is no perfect way to do this, but some of this stuff is ridiculous. I listen to all genres of music, but I mainly listen to hip hop and R&B. So that was the main thing I was focusing on with this list, because with the other stuff, it's like, yeah, I respect Adele. I love Adele. I also respect Taylor Swift. I respect the Beatles, but I'm not an expert to say which of those albums deserve to be over a Beyonce album, a Kanye album. I'm not that well versed, but I'm casually a fan of everything. But like I said, it's 250 albums, so we're not gonna go album by album, but it was just some stuff that caught my eye. Like, I was surprised that an artist like Tyler was 240 of all time. 21 Savage Mode was 244. Doja Cat Hot Pink was 239. Me personally, I would put Scarlet over Hot Pink, but that's just me. Just going through the list quickly, I think it was only one or two Mac Miller albums, but one of the things that really pissed me off, especially from a hip hop perspective, these niggas got Get Rich or Die Trying by 50 Cent at 203. It's 250 albums on this list. They got Get Rich or Die Trying, which in my opinion is one of the greatest hip hop albums ever. Is for sure one of the greatest debut hip hop albums ever. They have that at 203. They got me spitting in here and stuff. Let's just go over some of the albums they say is better than Get Rich or Die Trying. They got Danny Brown Triple X at 166. They got Rich Gang Part 1 at 152. They got Yeezus at 147. They got Playboy Cardi Die Lit. Anybody that knows me know I hate Playboy Cardi. They got Lil Uzi at 110. All of these, I think 110. All of these albums, according to Rolling Stone, is better than Get Rich or Die Trying. And that's what always pisses me off with these types of lists. Because how? Something else that caught my eye about the list was A$AP Rocky had one album on his list, which I'm not upset about, but it was Long Live A$AP at 218. Me personally, again, I would have put his sophomore album over him. Again, I'm not mad that Rocky's on this list. I just would have substituted the album. I think his sophomore album is way better than his original album. I love that sophomore. And just jumping around on the list a little bit, one thing again that pissed me off is this Frank Ocean hype, okay? This might piss some people off. Blonde, in my opinion, is not that great. These niggas got Blonde, the number 3 greatest album of the 21st century. Blonde. They got Channel Orange at 33. They got Channel Orange at 38. Again, I'm not mad that it's on the list. I keep seeing a bunch of people putting Blonde as Frank Ocean's best work. To me, it's Channel Orange. I love Channel Orange. Channel Orange is an incredible body of work. If Channel Orange was lower on the list, I would have been cool with that. But Blonde, all genres, number 3. Insane. I don't want to completely dump on this list, but one thing they did that I don't have an issue with is they have 2 SZA albums in the top 30, which I love SZA. I think SZA is incredible. They got SZA Control at 29, and then they got SZA SOS at 7. I remember when Control came out, and I was like, I don't know how she's gonna top this. Like, Control was a huge album. What was that song? The Weeknd. The Weeknd was everywhere when that album came out. SOS is an incredible body of work. Snooze is one of my favorite songs of the last few years. But 7, I'm not mad at 7. I'm just surprised they like her that much. I mean, it seems like the industry loves SZA, rightfully so. She's incredible. But SZA, 2 albums in the top 30. Another one that kind of threw me off is they have J. Cole's Off Season. They have J. Cole Off Season at 145. Again, I'm not upset that J. Cole is on the list. I would have put 2014 Forest Hills Drive over the off season. Like, I do enjoy the off season, but I think 2014 is J. Cole's best project. So if you put any project on the list, me personally, I would have put 2014. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know the Six God. You know Champagne Poppy. You know Drake is the GOAT. You know how I feel about my man Drake. Drake has 2 albums on here, and I'm kind of surprised because Take Care, I was surprised they had it where they did. They had Take Care at 23. Take Care is my personal favorite Drake album. I think Take Care is a great album. I'm just surprised they put it that low at 23. But they also had If You're Reading This, It's Too Late at where was that at 118. Again, I'm not mad Drake had 2 projects on here. I personally would have put at least Nothing Was the Same. If he's only getting 2 albums, I would have put Take Care and Nothing Was the Same. I would have bumped If You're Reading This down. Nothing Was the Same, not even on here at all. Which they got, come on. I ain't gonna disrespect some of these people, but I feel like Nothing Was the Same could have at least been. They got Rich Gang on here. Come on, bro. Drake has 2 albums. J. Cole has 1 album. Kendrick Lamar has 3? Yeah, he has 3. So Kendrick's Damn comes in at 66. Kendrick To Pimp a Butterfly comes in at number 33. Kendrick Good Kid, Mad City, number 6 greatest album of the 21st century. Some people say that I'm a Kendrick hater, but I actually love Kendrick. I think Kendrick is great. Again, I've been having this fight for years. I'm not a big To Pimp a Butterfly guy. I think To Pimp a Butterfly is one of the most overrated albums ever. I think it was a great sit down one-time listen. Like, oh, he was talking to Tupac this whole time. To Pimp a Butterfly to me is not an album that I want to listen to over and over again. So for me, I would have put Damn and Good Kid, Mad City. Well, Good Kid, Mad City was over it, but I would have put Damn over this as well. But I know how people feel about To Pimp a Butterfly for whatever reason. Damn coming in at number 66. I mean, again, it's hard to compare to other genres of music, but him being in the top 75 with Damn, I'm not mad at that. I love Damn. I think Damn is a great album. Good Kid, Mad City. Thank God that people, I think it was Apple last year that did like the top 100 something, or like the last whatever years, and they had Good Kid, Mad City like number 3 all time or something like that. Good Kid, Mad City is Kendrick's best album. People keep trying to say To Pimp a Butterfly. Good Kid, Mad City is Kendrick's best album. I love Good Kid, Mad City. Good Kid, Mad City is an album I could throw on. You just hit play and you'll be just locked in. You're listening to a movie. You know, you get transported to Compton. Great album. In my opinion, Good Kid, Mad City might be, I mean, I guess you can say Illmatic, could go either way, but Good Kid, Mad City might be the greatest debut album of all time, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's one of the greatest albums ever, regardless of genre. So the fact that came in at number 6, I'm not mad at it. Just to talk about R&B, or I guess pop R&B, whatever you want to call it, they got my man Justin Timberlake way too low on this. They got Justin Timberlake, Future Sex Love Sounds at 129. Fuck out of here. Another one that's way too high, meaning I think they should have been lower, like closer to 1, is they got Usher, Confessions at 52. Ghostface Killer Supreme Clientele was 50, which is surprising to me. I need Usher at 50 at least. Confessions is the top 50 album. Just bump whoever was 51 and Ghostface, just bump them up 1 spot and swap Usher down to 50. And I've also been seeing online that some people are upset about Lil Wayne, which I don't understand why. I think Lil Wayne only has 1 album on this entire 250. He has the Carter 3 at number 28. You have some people that say Carter 2 should have been on the list. Some people that say Carter 2 is better than Carter 3. For me, I lean Carter 3. Carter 2 is another great album, but I don't really care that much. I just happy that Lil Wayne got some recognition. I mean, to be at, what number did I say? 28? Top 30 all time, all genres. I can't be too mad at that. Like I said, you can nitpick some things, but I don't think Carter 2 was the moment big enough to move down on this list. Like Carter 3 was a great album along with a great moment. So I'm not mad at that. Now, before we talk about their number 1, if it was up to me and this was my list, my personal number 1 album of all time, regardless of genre, in my opinion, is by far the greatest rap album of all time. I will put this up against the Beatles. I'll put this up against Stevie Wonder, Taylor Swift, whoever. Taylor Swift, the irony. But in my opinion, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is the greatest album of all time. I believe My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy came in at number 8. In my opinion, like I said, that's the greatest album I've ever heard. Just in terms of rap, I probably would have had My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy #1. I probably would have had Good Kid, Mad City #2. Anything after that, I feel like you could argue, but in my opinion, bro, Good Kid, Mad City, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, sorry, to me, those like the greatest albums ever. Sorry. But then we get the #1 album ever, according to Rolling Stone of the 21st century. With this, if you haven't seen the list already, I'm not mad at the artist. I just don't like the album. The #1 album, according to Rolling Stone, is Beyonce, Lemonade. I am a self-titled Beyonce kind of guy. I don't really like Lemonade like that. I don't know if that's like a crazy hot take, but I think Beyonce had like four albums on here. She had Cowboy Carter, I believe. Yeah, Cowboy Carter was 126. She had the Beyonce self-titled at 16. She had Renaissance at 37, and then Lemonade at #1. So clearly we got some beehives up at Rolling Stone. I don't think Lemonade should have been #1. I don't even think the Beyonce self-titled should have been #1. Like I said, for me, I would have put My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I would have put Good Kid, Mad City over any Beyonce album. That's just me. We also only got one Eminem album, I believe, unless I missed it. They had the Eminem Marshall Mathers LP at #44. I was happy to see Future Dirty Sprite 2 at 89, top 100 of all time. Future Hive, stand up. They got the House of Balloons at 99, which, all right, I can take that back now. My #1, no, I'm just playing, but I do love House Balloons. House Balloons, I'm surprised that's on the list. Just think about it. That's the only Weeknd album on here. Damn, I just realized that no After Hours is on here. That's crazy. But yeah, some of the stuff, like they got Young Thug, So Much Fun at 97. I like that. Tyler the Creator came in at 92. Chance the Rapper, Acid Rap. I was never a Chance the Rapper fan. That's at 80. You telling me Chance the Rapper, Acid Rap is better than Get Rich or Die Trying? Come on, man. And it was two albums that really stuck out to me that I feel like were crazy snubs. They don't have Kanye West, and I'm a big Kanye fan. I don't agree with the stuff that he says outside of music, but musically, it's not really much you can say to discredit him. At least those first like 5-6 albums. They don't have Late Registration or Graduation on here. Like they have Yeezus and they have College Dropout, which College Dropout is a classic, but over the years, I don't like it as much as like his other stuff. So again, I'm not mad that Kanye is on this list, but I would have personally, like how don't you put Graduation on here? Yeezus in no way, shape, or form is better than Graduation or Late Registration. Like College Dropout, I'm not upset about. It's just me. If you say he can only have 3 max, I would have put My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, Graduation, Late Registration. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, in my opinion, is the best, one of the best albums ever. Graduation is my personal favorite. That's my personal favorite to listen to. I don't see how that's not on there. But with these lists, like this stuff is always engagement farming. With these like grandfathered publications like Complex, XXL, Rolling Stone, whatever, the only time they seem to be relevant is when they do some sort of list. Like I used to write for a website a few years ago, and we used to joke about if we ever need engagement, if you ever want to piss people off, just make a list. It's so hard. Like we all think in our minds that we could do better than these publications, but at the end of the day, it's no right answer. Like how, especially 250 albums of all genres, how do you rank? How do you rank those? Like, you can't. It's no proper way to do that. One Outkast album, one Eminem album. It's just, these lists are really hard to do. And like, if you really complain, if you really upset that much, make your own list, put it on the internet, you're gonna see how people call you stupid and how you don't know anything. But yeah, just wanted to make that video real quick because I saw that the other day and that pissed me off so much. Shout out to Rolling Stone for starting the year off with a viral moment and making music fans angry everywhere. But thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe if you're new here. We talk about a bunch of different things on this channel. What are your thoughts on this list if you look through it? Like I said, it's so many albums on here. I don't want to just go through each and every single one, especially on hip hop. I feel like hip hop had a good representation on here, even though I would have took some of these albums out. But yeah, just let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section below. Am I tripping on any of my album takes? Am I tripping saying that Get Rich or Die Trying is better than Playboy Cardi and Lil Uzi and Rich Gang? And what would your number one album be? What is something that you feel is completely blasphemous? What would you have changed? Let me know in the comment section below. Love you guys. Tell someone you love them. Until next time, see you in the next life.